The primary requirement for electrical outlets installed within 6 feet of the outside edge of a tub or shower is ground fault circuit interrupter (GFCI) protection. This requirement exists to protect individuals from the risk of electrical shock. When an electrical fault occurs, meaning the electrical current deviates from its intended path, a GFCI can quickly interrupt the power supply. This rapid interruption is often within milliseconds, significantly reducing the duration of the shock and therefore minimizing the potential for serious injury or even death. The underlying principle is that a properly functioning electrical circuit has an equal amount of current flowing through the hot and neutral wires. A GFCI constantly monitors this balance. If there is a difference in current between these two wires, it indicates that some of the current is leaking out of the circuit, possibly through a person who is in contact with an electrical source and ground. This leakage is called a ground fault. The GFCI then trips the circuit, cutting off the power. The 6-foot distance is measured horizontally from the outside edge of the tub or shower stall. This zone is considered to be a wet or damp location where the risk of electrical shock is significantly higher. In such environments, even a small amount of current leakage can be hazardous because the water reduces the body's resistance, making it easier for current to flow through a person. GFCI protection is typically provided by a GFCI circuit breaker in the electrical panel or by a GFCI receptacle installed in the outlet box. GFCI receptacles have a test and reset button on the face of the device. The test button simulates a ground fault, allowing you to verify that the GFCI is working correctly. The reset button restores power to the circuit after a ground fault has been detected and cleared. When installing a GFCI receptacle, it's important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. The receptacle has specific terminals for the line wires which supply power and the load wires which feed downstream devices. Incorrect wiring can prevent the GFCI from functioning properly. It's also crucial to ensure that the outlet box is properly grounded. Grounding provides an alternative path for fault current, helping to trip the GFCI and further reduce the risk of electrical shock. Regular testing of GFCI devices is recommended to ensure they are functioning correctly. The manufacturer typically recommends testing them monthly. To test a GFCI receptacle, simply press the test button. The reset button should pop out and the power to the outlet should be interrupted. To restore power, press the reset button until it clicks into place. If the GFCI does not trip when the test button is pressed, it should be replaced immediately. A non-functioning GFCI provides no protection and can create a false sense of security. It is also important to note that GFCI protection is not a substitute for proper wiring practices. All electrical work should be performed in accordance with the National Electrical Code and local electrical codes. These codes provide detailed requirements for wiring methods, grounding, and other safety measures. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is always best to hire a qualified electrician to perform the work. The electricians have the training and experience to ensure that the electrical system is installed safely and correctly. In addition to GFCI protection, there are other safety considerations for electrical outlets in bathrooms. For example, outlets should be located where they are not likely to be splashed with water. They should also be securely mounted and properly connected to the wiring system. Tamper-resistant receptacles are also required in dwelling units. These receptacles have shutters that prevent children from inserting objects into the slots. When choosing a GFCI receptacle, it is important to select one that is rated for the intended use. GFCI receptacles are available in different amperage ratings and voltage ratings. Make sure to choose a receptacle that is compatible with the circuit it will be installed on. It is also important to choose a receptacle that is listed by a recognized testing laboratory such as Underwriters Laboratories, AL, or Electrical Testing Laboratories, ETL. This listing indicates that the receptacle has been tested and meets safety standards. In summary, the requirement for outlets installed within 6 feet of a tub or shower is GFCI protection. This is a critical safety measure to prevent electrical shock. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions when installing GFCI receptacles and test them regularly to ensure they are functioning correctly. When in doubt, consult with a qualified electrician. Furthermore, consider the other best practices for electrical safety in bathroom settings. These measures, coupled with GFCI protection, will help minimize the risks of electrical incidents in the home.